my mother died about uh, back in November. I'd say like around 10th, 12th. I'm not sure exactly what day, but it was the day of Eid al-Adha, which is the second Eid festival. So we had the funeral the next day. I believe it was a Monday, and a lot of people came to her janazah. And I remember one thing that a lot of people remember is that there was a lot of people. First of all, at her janazah, maybe close to 400 or 500 people. It looked like a Jummah prayer, and which is one of the glad tidings. Like if you have different signs that a good Muslim person died, and it was strange. I remember coming down here, and all of a sudden, like we heard these like parrots, like not even parrot, like crows or anything. They were actually green parrots, just circling, like literally from where we took the body to the gravesite. They're circling around for a good 15 minutes, and then they just left. They just flew away. And then after we put her body in the ground and we're covering her up, they came back. There had to be like maybe that's a whole flock of them, maybe 1,000 birds, and they're decent sized, like big parrots, and they're just quacking. And there's a tree over here. I don't know if it's here anymore, but oh yeah, there it is. That's a tree right there. They all went on the tree, and then they all started making their sounds, and it was really special. It really was. Even the guy that manages the Muslim graves here, he said that he's been doing this for I think I don't know, I think he said 15 years, and he's never seen any of those birds here before. And I remember my mom used to always feed the birds. Like whenever he had leftover food, he usually always throw it outside, and all the birds would eat it. So who knows? Maybe that's their she was like a mercy for them. So I don't know, but it was just really interesting. But this is the first time I've been back since she passed away. It's really miss her. So she was always like on my side. Like with my dad. So like it was like every time I get in trouble, I'd go to her, and she'd always back me up. So now she's not here to back me up, and it seems like the house is kind of empty, and like my dad's not the same person, and he's kind of seems like he's grouchy towards me. But back then, I'd tell my mom like, oh, how come he's so mad, and then she'd make him laugh or calm him down or tell him something. But like now she's not here, and I don't know what to do, because I really care about my dad, and we haven't seen eye to eye much. But I don't want him to die either, and he's getting old, and I mean, I want to help him out, but it's just my mom isn't here to be the middle person, be the referee, I guess you can call it. And I miss that. One of the biggest regrets I have is moving to Ohio, because when I moved, she was sick, but I mean we didn't think she was gonna pass away soon. I remember we flew in at like 11 o'clock at night, and I saw her, and she I stayed with her throughout the day, and then in the nighttime, and then went to pray our prayers, like we're gonna pray on Sunday. And I came back, and it was about 10:30, and I was just next to her, and I left the room for like literally like 45 seconds, and I came back and I saw she wasn't breathing, and I didn't want to make a big commotion. I just quietly went downstairs and just told my immediate family, like my mom, my dad and my wife to come upstairs because we had a lot of like cousins over and stuff. Maybe coming back here, I can, say salam to her again. And but the lesson is, always tell your mom you love her when she's alive, because when she's dead, you can't tell her to her face anymore. And I love my mom. I loved my mom and my dad too, but it's difficult, to express it.